Welcome to the floor, Katie.
Okay. It's been like 3 hours of you going at it. Tell me everything.
So I used a couple of rounds of 36, went over it a few times. It was a little bit streaky at the end, so I've read that I could smooth that out with 60. So I started with 60 grit. I went through, used 5 rounds of paper, and it still leaves us here. So I think our options are definitely have to go around with an edger still, just to get the edges. And we can take another round of 60 with a hand sander and go through some of these rougher spots.
Okay.
And see if we can get some of those out.
Yeah.
And then we just stain it and call it a day.
Stain it or just seal it?
Oh, well, I think we need to do a light round of stain.
Make it more cohesive?
Yeah, accommodate some of these blemishes because I just can't get them out.
Yeah.
I think if we were to go back in time and do this again, I would buy that 16 grit sandpaper, which I seen at the store, but I thought it was insane. Like I've never seen that rough. I think with some of these boards being slightly U-shaped, some of them being the opposite, they haven't been sanded or leveled in, I'm assuming, 60 plus years. So that's why this job is just such a starting from ground zero job, whereas everything I've seen has been people refinishing their floors that have already been finished, and I think that's a way easier task than
like maybe they had a stain color they didn't like, so then they sanded them down to bare and then redid it.
Yeah, and I think it was done by a professional the first time. So for you to follow that footprint, everything's smoothed already. Everything's good to go. We're starting way further back than that, you know?
Yeah. Would an orbital sander be better?
It could be. We got to add to the shopping list catch for the circle sander that I have, the hand sander.
To catch all the dust?
Yeah, it's like missing it was my grandpa's and it's missing the bag on the back that catches the dust. So I need to get that. And I need to get some more 60 grit sandpaper because I have some, but I don't know how much I have that actually fits the circle sander that I have.
Did you do the hallway?
So I did a little portion of the hallway with the drum sander, but the drum sander is just too big.
You think this is like a hand sanding job?
I do. I kind of do. Like
Is that like crazy or is that like okay normal for smaller spaces?
I think it's normal for smaller spaces. You just can't get the big machines into there. Whereas it's really helpful because it would suck to try and stay even for a room that big. But for planks like this, where we're mostly just doing the edges and then we just finish the middle, we just keep with the grain that's going to be.
It's so dark. Did they paint it?
I think it was painted black at one point. Maybe it was black for the doorways and then brown for the middle. And that's another option. Uncle Kenny paints some of his floors.
Okay.
Let
me show you guys this. It's definitely a lot lighter. Cody did a good job for his first try. Or second try, I guess you would call it.
You can call this whole room our first try ever. We are back and we are in much better spirits. So I used the rest of this 36 grit sandpaper on the drum machine. It looks really nice right now. We're super excited. The next thing we're gonna do is go around all the edges with our edger. Let's go. All right, Aldi haul.
We got an Aldi haul, or a Haldi, if you will.
Aldi.
We're new to Aldi as our grocery store. Like, we've been to Aldi before, but we've never like really shopped there as our main grocery store. It's definitely the cheapest and pretty similar to Trader Joe's, as we know. Right now we have a mini fridge only in the garage. So starting with our refrigerated items. We've got some oven roasted turkey and provolone. We've had this before. We got this last week and made some sandwiches and it was really good, actually. Persian cucumbers for snacking. Cherry tomatoes. This is for the dinner I'm gonna make tonight. Tofu and vegetable dumplings, which I thought would be a good microwavable lunch since we don't really have our full cooking functions in here yet. I got a pack of this Greek yogurt. Got a baguette for our sandwiches so we don't have to have a gigantic loaf sitting around. We got this bagged salad mix, sweet kale, Can't go wrong. Nice crunchy salad.
Some baby whole pickles.
Pickles for sandwiches.
And snacks. We've been buying this coffee because we have this little cute guy that we also got at Aldi. Did we get this at Aldi?
I think we got this at Target.
Oh.
Or Walmart. I think Target.
Well, this coffee goes to that, and it's really good coffee. Got another Sal's.
Yeah, I've been wanting to try this flavor, cherry cola. Unfortunately, I really am loving Celsius, especially if we start our day with a workout and then go straight into housework. Like, it really just carries me through.
We got some raspberries, garlic powder.
We like to have a lot of sparkling water beverages. We got this cherry limeade Waterloo. I love cherry things, so I'm excited about that. And we got a LaCroix summer variety pack. Say less.
Also found 2 sawhorses. We need more table space around here. We need more workspace. I would say the coolest find of the whole trip, even though we're not done, is the cherry tree. Oh my god.
How much was that?
$14. So the cool thing about this is we get to plant our first tree on the property.
Yay.
And then see how big it gets over the length of our lives.
Yay. So then this is our non-refrigerated bag, which is mostly snacks. We kind of went a little crazy with the snacks.
You want me to hold it and you just take it out one by one?
We got baked barbecue chips for our sandwich day.
Some cheddar cheese rice snacks.
Cody saw this. It had the Toy Story aliens on it. Lesser Evil pizza flavored Spaceballs. Some everything pretzels, because we already have some hummus. Some red lentil pasta, which tonight I will be making our first dinner in here. We'll use the stovetop. I'm gonna make like an easy pesto pasta. Oatmeal, microwavable, super easy. We'll put some berries and peanut butter in there. Cody's sweet tooth, so he really wanted to get these. They look exactly like the Nutella cookies.
Definitely ate way too many bags of those in Europe.
Yeah. Our first seasonings, salt and pep.
And past.
And pest. Oh. Some more pistachios.
Some stashies. And Katie's favorite.
My favorite, dried apricots, but you can only eat a few or else you will have issues. So now we're gonna put this stuff away. No clue where I'm putting it.
We got a little compost bin just because we don't want to keep dumping coffee down our drains. If there's any like crumbs, leftovers stuff, we'd rather put those into a compost bin and then put them into our yard. All right. This is from Farm and Fleet. We decided to decorate a little bit of our front porch today with these little, really pretty hanging
Fuchsias?
fuchsias.
They're called. They're so dramatic. They're kind of like little chandeliers, but plants. You know?
Yeah, which is really cool.
And then the sun requirement was like they could live in either all shade or up to 3 hours of sun per day, which is perfect because our porch is north facing. And then we also got another mask so I can go in the sanding room today and help. And this watering can.
Yeah.
So, you know, we are just spending money, but we're getting there with things that we need.
Yeah. I also think we need a little bit of plants back in our lives because we had so many plants in LA. Just seeing not liveliness around us all the time is getting sad. So off to the porch these go. Well, here we go.
No. Okay. No. That's what I was doing in my class last week. Clean and press. So we're thinking of just utilizing the, I don't know what you call that, the iron on our porch and just hanging them. We'll get aesthetic baskets for them eventually, but let's see. You need a ladder?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay.
We could do it. Any amount of
Are you happy?
This is center?
Yes.
Yes?
Yep.
I think we can also get like a chain thing to hang them from.
Yeah.
So they go a little bit lower. There's actually
Yeah, I guess the pots aren't terrible. They're just like beige.
there are actually some in the garage that would put it at like here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you think that's too low or not.
Let's just leave it for now and...
Cute. It's really cute.
You like the placement?
I do. Could even do one more on that side and that side.
Oh, that would be cute. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Day 4 of the floor project. Not positive. Cody did an incredible job so far. So now I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna mask up, follow him with the vacuum, and we're gonna start by vacuuming up the dust first. Yesterday, we did a lot of 36 grit edging. So what we're gonna do now is Katie's gonna vacuum all of this up while I prep the drum sander for 36 grit drum sanding. And then after that, we're gonna move up to 60 drum sanding and then 60 on the edger. So wish us some luck. Cody absolutely crushed it in here. The floors are almost done. So close. So next step that we're doing is we are doing one additional vacuum before we start to fill gaps. And we are going to fill gaps with this Roberts wood laminate and vinyl putty. This is not like the preferred thing that I wanted, but it's just a product that we're gonna try because it has a lot of good reviews. The issue seems to be these products holding up over time and moving with the wood and stuff. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is our first try and wish us luck. So we're gonna go real fine cut. Give me the piece. I think with this wood filler specifically, we're not gonna have enough to go between all of the cracks. So we're gonna hit big gouges and then we're gonna hit little spots where the nails have been driven in further. That's gonna be what we do next. And then we're gonna look into what we're doing for some of these bigger gaps. I do think we have enough to spot touch. There's a lot of gaps here on the edges. Sorry, a lot of little holes from nails and stuff. So I'm kind of just going over them by hand. Smoothing them out with my finger, because all of this is just going to sand off the excess.